Communism invented the idea of class warfare, that there are different classes of people and that they are in constant and unrelenting conflict with each other. That idea was picked up and distorted by feminism and left liberalism. They adopted the idea of privileged classes of people and that there also existed victim classes. The domestic violence industry is part of that class warfare. Men are regarded as the privileged class and women as the victim class. But traditionalists reject class warfare, so what should our approach be towards domestic violence? First, let me expand on the problems with the current approach. The current approach assumes that someone of the privileged class, in other words, men, are always guilty. That goes against a basic tenet of Western law, that people are assumed to be innocent. The current approach is also an invasion of privacy. An argument or fight between a husband or a wife should be their business. Instead, it is regarded as the business of the police, the courts, and social workers. The current approach means the police can press charges on someone else's behalf, even if they are against such charges being laid. What business do these people have being involved in a marriage that they are not a part of? The result is that men are arrested for normal human behaviour. It is not unnatural for people to argue or to fight. It may be regrettable, but it is not unnatural. The idea that a man's home is his castle has been destroyed by laws that assume that agents of the government have a right to intervene in disputes between a married couple. Men are routinely denied access to their home, their property, and to their children because they are regarded as the privileged class. How is being denied access to your home, property, or children a privilege? All current domestic violence laws are based on the theory of class warfare. So what should a traditionalist approach towards domestic violence be? First, we must acknowledge that domestic violence is real and that it affects real people. The people who need protection should be protected. Secondly, that domestic violence should actually involve violence. It should not have any wider definition. Third, that most domestic violence is an event, something that happens, not something that is ongoing. Sometimes it is ongoing, and that should be dealt with differently to a one-time event that spiraled out of control. Fourthly, that one of the most important tasks of the police is to maintain the Queen's peace. Persuasion, calm authority, de-escalation, and restoring order are more important than making arrests. Fifthly, that neither police, the courts, social services, nor any other authority should have the task of destroying or disrupting families. They should be doing their best to protect both individuals and the family. Sixth, that there are often external forces that push things over the edge. Money worries, frustration, hopelessness, etc. While it's not possible to fix human nature, it is possible to let people know that there are resources and coping strategies that they can learn or have access to. Seventh, we should be practical. Things that work should be used, and those things that do not work should not be used. Eighth, murder is not domestic violence. It's murder. The idea that men are always guilty means that people are encouraged at every level to destroy marriages and to separate families. Traditionalists should never support this. We should always support families and law and order, as well as justice. Justice is never served by saying that one class of people are always guilty because they are privileged. That sounds to me as the very definition of injustice.